What's going on, y'all? Back at it with another episode of the Giants franchise. As y'all can see, we're 46-64. Got third in the conference right now, third in the division, really. 12 and a half games behind the Padres, 26 and a half behind the Dodgers. Not looking too good. We're absolutely terrible at home. We're pretty decent away. Alright, we just don't like the Bay. But it looks like the Dodgers, Cardinals, number one division, Pirates, and the Brewers right behind them. Braves, number one, a few games versus the Mets and the Phillies. See the wild card for National League. Looks like it's the Mets and Phillies and Padres. Pirates and the Brewers tracing. We're pretty much out of it. I mean, 12 and a half games behind. It's tough. We're already at 110 games on the season. We got about 52 left. We basically would have to win about 75% of our games to even have a chance. American League side, we got the Blue Jays up in front with the Red Sox and the Rays. Rays are doing fantastic in real life. This reality looks like the Yankees are bad. Not the Orioles have a better season than the Blue Jays number one. Got the Twins, Guardians, Royals, about their beat. Got the Angels number one, with the Astros not too far behind, and the Mariners. Rangers about even, 55-54. Wild cards like Astros, Mariners, and the Red Sox. Definitely expecting the Red Sox with the Rays right behind them. That's going to be a close race with the Rangers, Guardians, but that's definitely a close race between the Rays and the Red Sox. That's the standings at this point, y'all. Show the lineup after the trade we made for Orlando Arcia recently. I think with his potential going up, being at 1.6, 1.4, getting rid of some Conforto's big contract, him being able to play multiple positions and have some really solid fielding and good durability so he can play every day versus righties. I think that'll be really good. And he definitely helps us out in the base running a little bit, with his base running rushing being at 50. Everybody else, I mean, we're basically in tryout mode. See who's going to make it to the rest of the next year. You guys seen in the last episode, but I get extensions too, so you know, Estrada hasn't got one yet. We'll see what he can do for us. I'm definitely probably going to put him in arbitration though with his beat potential. Davis, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to really get much better. Jock wants too much money. And, you know, we signed Mitch for a couple more years just because he is a solid bat and he can be a dependable, don't see that too often, straight zero. But he can be a dependable outfielder. Definitely interested to see how Luciano develops in these next few games. And that's pretty much what we're going to sim to, guys, as I'll show you guys the bench as we've demoted Crawford, because he's just, look at that regression. That's just, we're not even through the season yet. That's wild. But so Luciano's pretty much the full starter at this point. But that's what we're going to pretty much make it to by the end of this episode, guys. We're going to get to the September call-ups to kind of see and look at who we want to bring up on the team. As I'm looking through the AAA roster, Wisely is having he's having a season. I don't know if that means anything good. He's doing some Mead, another guy we recently traded for, a young prospect that we're hoping to develop into our everyday third base. He's doing, solid, but I don't think he's good enough yet to make it into the majors with those hitting numbers. I expect a little bit more out of the guy that we want to bring up. Cole Wecker potential went down surprisingly. He was having a really good season for the most part. He's really cooled off, but man, I wasn't expecting him to drop down to a D. That really sucks. Guess we'll have to get him up out of there. Let's move that real quick. Prairie's developing pretty solid. Bart's potential dropped. It's fantastic. And he signed him to a 5-year, $1.3 million deal, thinking he was going to do something, and he dropped. All right. Wasn't expecting that one. Billy is doing pretty solid. He was doing a lot better at first, but we'll take it. Ortega's still struggling, but he's only 20, so. And then Villar is doing pretty solid. We got deep potential. We got 38 contact with righties. That's tough to think about. Guzman's doing great off the bench. I mean, maybe he can possibly be somebody we call up. Matos is not doing too well. And then on the AA side, Rackley's stolen a lot of bases. 22 and 33 walks is nothing to laugh at either, but 22 stolen bases is nice. So you just gotta get the contact up. Auerbach solid. Hostel's done solid. He's done solid. See what he can do about getting that contact up. But he also has to get that vision and other stuff up. He's dropping, of course. Hunter Bishop's doing okay. Proctor's okay. Schmidt, hope he can get his hitting stats up a little more. Not a bad fielder, but the hit needs to get up. Arias is hitting pretty solid. I like that. It's good potential to see. We definitely have a chance for a good outfield. And then Patrick Bailey is killing it. Patrick Bailey is killing it. Thought putting Joey Bart in the minors would help, and it seems to have killed him. It's alright. We'll see, maybe his career can bounce back. Shukesay's hitting style and developing well, and so is Diaz. But yeah, there's nobody who's really shown. I mean, Reyes does have the arrow pointing up for the call up, but and he is hitting the best out of anybody else in the AAAs and AA's, so nobody's really hitting for average on either team, except Villar. Well, maybe. It does bring me to a roster change that we need to make, which is we gotta drop Matos down to AA. He's doing pretty bad. He needs some more at bats. And let's bring Arias up to AAA. It looks like he might have to replace Ramos because I don't know what he's doing. But dang, I'm definitely excited about our draft picks. Our outfield looks like it is set for the future. Like I said, showed you Arias earlier. Healy is kind of struggling. Matos is struggling too. Maybe Duvall with very good contact, already good vision, just went clutch. Good bunting, surprisingly, high durability, good field and reaction, very good speed. Looks like he'll be a really solid player. I'm grateful for that first round pick. Yeah, Blanchard. Looks like he's going to develop into an 88, hopefully. A 4-seam running fastballs, interesting combo of fastballs, curveball, and a slider. Good control with the walks being up. It gives up a lot of hits and home runs, so maybe he can develop out of that. Another California boy. And our best draft pick, who I definitely wasn't expecting to get in the 5th or 6th round. I can't remember when I drafted him, but Alton Baker, 99 potential, best player in the draft. And he's pretty solid at everything. Not great at anything, pretty solid at everything. So we're definitely want to take a look out for him in the future. Probably gonna be about 3 to 5 years before he gets up to that potential or anywhere close to it. But he's definitely gonna be somebody that's gonna be interesting to watch. The speed is already there, but as he gets everything else there, and he's a switch hitter, and he's a hometown boy coming from the Bay Area himself, from California. couldn't have got a better draft pick in the later rounds. So it's definitely gonna be nice to see how he develops, see how quick he develops as well. Well, we'll probably sim a few games. See how we can do getting into spring training. Let's see what our boys can do. Alright, for the pause, I was trying to see what our AA and AAA teams was looking. They're looking pretty even, 53 and 52 from the AAA team, 53 and 46 from the AA, not too bad at all. But yeah, guys, let's get to those September call-ups, see what happens along the way. Five-0 game. Right now, Logan West pitching a one-hitter. We'll let him finish that out. Finishes out very well. That's a good game. Good game. 3-1. Mitch Haniger already got 2 homers on the day. Finished that one out 4-2. Good on a winning streak. I like that. And JD Davis gets injured for a game. Win the series versus the Angels 2-1 with a 3-1 closeout. Then we get JD Davis back for in a game. Then we lose the entire series to the Rangers. 0-0 game, even though we have 10 hits and the Rays have 5. Whoa, ain't nobody bringing nobody in. And we win 1-0. Let's see how that game ended. If I can get this thing to stop. Another 0-0 game. This must be a very great, well-pitched series on this one. 2-0, the Rays finish it out. But we still win that series versus the Rays, so it's like we can beat some solid teams. Beat the Angels, beat the A's twice. So finish that nice series versus all the A-litter teams, 4-5. But then we lose two games to the team that's even worse than us in Arizona, who's actually doing pretty well in real life. Corbin Carroll says he's going to be a stud. Then we get completely whooped versus the Rangers. Let's see how this game ended. Like I tried to pause earlier when it worked for me. It's like Sanchez got the RBI. Later on in the 11th, came in, got the single. Pitched very well. I like how the team is going. I like how Harrison is pitching especially. Looks like he had a very good game here. She had 3 strikeouts. Whoa. And if he'll do a little better from our new addition, every single person except Davis had a strikeout. So a lot of swinging at him. But not too bad. Haniger had a home run. Crawford brought in 2. Harrison had 7 strikeouts. Only gave up 4 hits. That's real good. Let's go through this game with Trevor Rogers, see how this goes. He was another pickup that we made during when we was getting close to the trade deadline. I think he's a sneaky steal. If he gets someone like him that I signed to an extension for $2.5 million for another 2 years, a potential lefty, we can just get him to work on some of the stuff that's allowing him to give up 5 earned runs a game. I think we have a pretty good player here. So we're playing a rain game. With his A potential, he's going to develop. So definitely think he can work on that. And getting for $2.5 million, can't beat that. Hopefully, he won't get too good, too fast. So when free agency comes, we can sign him for a couple years for a cheap deal. But if not, we have the cap to be able to pay him. RC is already going cold. That's lovely. Don't even know why he's in versus lefties. They always mess up these lineups. Just very frustrating. Try there. Luciano's going cold. That's kind of expected. First year in the bigs. But Crawford's just getting too bad, so we need him to develop a little bit. We had to put him in a little sooner than I really wanted to. Especially with Ortega also doing bad. He don't get nothing in the first. Start off with a double, a walk, strikeout. Zuna hits a 3-run homer. He almost got through the Death Valley. And we don't even have Acuna player right now. We get him out, only giving him 3, get a double to start off, two outs, and get it. It's definitely what I'm going to look for in the off season. I'm going to look for some guys with some higher clutch that can bring in some runs. Because we can't depend on Jock, especially since I'm more than likely going to let him go in the off season. The good thing with the Giants is we aren't the smallest market. Anyways, Albies gets a single. Another single from Michael Harris, and get out of there safely. Strikeout. And a solo shot from Perez. Okay, good shit. Slater gets out. Estrada gets a single. See, we a hit and run chance. We got both guys on the corners. Henniker can't throw him in. That's what I'm saying. That's what makes it tough. That's why I'm not sure about the last episode of giving that guy the extension, because we need at-bats like that. Well, the thing is, I believe that Henniker can be good if we drop him down the lineup. Put him maybe in the 5th or the 6th spot. I think he'll be a lot better. Because 4th, he just cannot hit for good enough contact to be able to bring in enough runs. Because we're sometimes getting opportunities. We get guys on base, and between him and Jock, sometimes they just falter. So it's all good though. So Riley gets a single. He passes Zuni with a strikeout. Grissom ground out. We like to see it. Get Max Free, gets 2 ground outs, 3 ground outs, get out of that inning. Strike out Murphy, pop out from Albie, get out of that inning. So Trevor Rogers is bouncing back pretty well. Perez seems to be the only guy who wants to help us win the game with another double. And everybody else gets out again. Get a double from Austin Riley, get out. Good stuff, Rogers, good stuff. Get a walk. Henry doesn't get another hit. Single from Davis. Flores strikes out, and Sanchez gets a ground out. Yeah, we just need our lineup to be a little better with the hit. Walk, single, and I think that is it for Rogers. Let's get that man out of there. Who's Murphy hit best against? Kind of even. Alexander has been good all season. Strikeout, single, grand slam. Man. All right. Strikeout, 7-1. Thank you, Perez. Please carry us with another solo shot. Told y'all, Perez is the only one trying to win. It's a bunt. Surprisingly, gets him out. Everybody lines out. Farid's having a pretty solid game, only pitching, giving up 2 earned runs, and he's almost about to get a full game. Give up the double, another double. Get Alexander out of there. I thought he could finish it out, but I guess. Luke Skywalker in. And then bring Jimenez in to finish it out. Strikeout, ground out. We had a terrible performance from our 6, 7, and 8 hitter, which kind of killed the offense. But either way, good pitching performance, really from both players. I mean, Alexander we gave up too many runs in the 6th due to us switching them out a little too late. Alexander giving up the grand slam. But regardless, it wasn't too bad. That's a lot. That's a pretty good team though. I mean, the Braves and the Phillies. Back to the Braves. It's definitely a tough stretch. So let's see how our team finishes it out. Get a win. Already up 2, Jock 11-game hit streak, and we lose. What a comeback from the Braves. And then we lose on a losing streak at this point. Man. Definitely thought we was going to win that one. How did we lost it in the 9th and in the 10th? Our relief pitching has definitely caused us a good amount of games this year. Duvall with another blown save. That's tough. That's tough. I know Duvall can bounce back. That's why I signed him to the extension still. I know he can still bounce back. But he's blowing a lot of saves this year. See, Let's see what my man in live action, see what he can do. Because right now, we're struggling, folks. As we can see, the rankings of the team, our best by far is our home runs. We're almost dead to last, pretty much last, I believe. And stolen bases, on base percentage ain't great, runs ain't great. Middle of the pack in pitching, and pretty much all aspects. So, like I said at the beginning of this series, guys, this is a work in progress. This is a project. We got some work to do. Two-one count. See if we can get that sinker ball working for us. Oof. I don't even know how he hit that. That had so much work on it. He's late on that. I don't think he'd be expecting another fastball. Yep. He's late on it. It's first out, numero uno. Seeing one of our newly signed guys, or newly getting guys coming up. Really just trying to improve the defense a little bit. At least he has that silver badge, helps us out a little bit. All right, Luciano, just a nice ground out. One more out, Giants get a W. Von Grisham, who's hitting 343 on the season. That's wild. I'm surprised no one has got back leadoff since he only has 49 RBIs. 343, that's gotta be up there in the league. He gets out on one pitch. I mean, I love it. 4 pitches and get him out. We'll take it. Good nice save from Duvall. Might help Gabe Kapler keep his job. No, I'm playing. After the season he had a couple of years ago, he'll be cool in my book because he made a team that pretty much didn't have too much time alone that win the most games in the league. We actually beat the Dodgers that year, and then lost in the playoffs. But anyways, it's a good save. Good win. Like to see it. See, that's the problem. Like, look at that. We had 10 hits and only 4 earned runs. Like, we shouldn't be getting that many hits. Well, really 12 hits, but 10 off Yona. But 12 hits and only 4 earned runs. We need to get more runs in, you know. I am happy. Ross Stripling has been a surprising pickup, keeping his ERA pretty low. We got bottom 9, 0 outs. Estrada should bring this in, and we win 3-2. Okay. And then we lose that one. Logan Webb going up against Luke Weaver. Easy win. Love to see it. Trevor Roberts versus Louis Cecil. 0-3 loss, but I am happy that Trevor Rogers didn't pitch too bad. Looks like this was another game that our bullpen lost in the 8th and 9th inning. You guys can see a trend. Looks like Stevenson hit a 2-run double. Newman hit the game-winning double in the 9th. We have a double and stolen base for Arcia. Rogers pitched and gave up no runs, 8 strikeouts. Man. Right. Jonas gave up the 2 runs in the 8th, and Rogers gave up an extra run in the 9th. But at that point, it was already done anyways. I really want nothing. 0-5 game and 5-3. Stripping versus Hunter Green, and we smoked that game, boy. That's a good redemption game. Davis had 3 walks. Gonzalez, he got a couple RBIs. Slater got a home run and 4 RBIs. Luciano even got a good RBI hit in. I'd like to see it. Haniger had 2 stolen bases. Okay. Strickland gave up 4 runs, but really wasn't too crazy when you get somebody hitting 11 runs. Good job, guys. Alexander pitched a good couple innings, almost 2 innings anyways. And then we win the first game first, Padres. Well, let's see who we're gonna call up after we've seen these ratings. Seen how. So let's take it this way. Let's see if we're gonna need any pitchers. Joe Ross is pitching solid. He's dropping actually, which is disturbing to see. Bednar is actually doing pretty solid. Moved pretty well, 3.89. He's only down there because when I brought him up, I don't want to mess with their staminas. Carson Wisenhunt, not really pitching well, and he's injured right now. At least my minor league relief pitching is pitching fantastic. Even Bray is pitching great. Andy Rodriguez is pitching really well, but I think his walks per 9 are a little too low. But I think he is going to have to be the guy that we called up. Or actually, I changed my mind just like that, guys. Just to keep his minor league options down and to save him for a season that we're already done. We're just gonna bring Bria back up. He's doing really well in the minor leagues. Might as well see if he can finish out the regular season better for us. And let our guys keep developing. As far as lineup wise, don't really know who. I guess we could throw Colton Welker in there since with his potential dropping, he's probably not gonna touch the majors. I was really had hope for him, but me dropped down to a B. Wow. They dropped down to a B. That makes that trade that we made a little bit more on the Rays side now. But we do still need a third baseman, so even his B potential isn't too bad because Sherton Apostle is still a little bit of ways away, but he's actually not too far away. He's gone all the way up to a 67. Wow. I believe he was a 64 when I first signed him. You might actually need to call up just to see what he can do. I didn't realize he climbed up that fast. And even Hunter Bishop got up to a 69. So still struggling in AA. He is up to a 64. I think he can maybe turn into a solid bench guy. Ortega's picking it up. Okay, he's picking it up. Let's see. Right, struggling. That's why I wanted to slowly bring him up. I figured he wasn't fully ready. Let's see. I know I want to bring Bria up. Might as well bring him back up. Bring another picture in. Slide it in like that. No homo. Just had to check myself. See who's pitching good in AA. Who's pitching well? Alright, we'll call him up. Bring him up AAA. And as far as an offensive player goes, see, like, I really don't need to call up a shortstop because I got so many people that can play shortstop. And they can all play third. Oh. The tough one. Really gonna depend on who's on the 40 band. Ramos is struggling. Yo, he went down. I can't believe he went down to the C. Maybe we'll have to call up me. Let's see what's going on. Really tough. I don't know who to call up. But yeah, I guess we'll call up me. We'll see what he can do in the majors with his potential drops. If not, we just let him go, you know? And then as far as replacing him in the roster, definitely call up Toribio into AA. You can call Og back up. He's doing fantastic in AA. See if you can do AAA. But alright guys, that's going to be it for the episode. I just wanted to kind of go through kind of the game plan for what the rest of the season's going to look like. And kind of what we're going to look forward to with the off season. Play a couple games with y'all and kind of see who we're going to call up and see for that last month. But anyways, I'll be back at it again for the final month of the season, getting to the post-season, because clearly we're not going to make it. As you can see, our record at 58-76. But we'll at least see who wins and then get into the off-season. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Peace, love, blessings.